Hello everybody, welcome to Wine and Whiskey with Steve. So, just came back from a 10K run, feeling great, and what better way to replenish the liquids lost than by having a blind tasting. So, thank you Maestro for putting this together and for surprising me. I think maybe before we start with the tasting, we'll take a little agua. Yes, very nice. Okay, so I love the colors. I love the colors what I'm looking at here, because these colors right off the bat, they're telling me that this is something that my palate will like. We got like a lot of ruby going on in here, ruby, and toward the edges, toward the rim, there's like an orange, kind of like a brick-like color that gets me excited. I don't see any deep purples. I don't see any violets. You know, so this is telling me that this is, you know, something. Maybe Sangiovese, maybe Nebbiolo, Barbaresco, Barolo. Could be maybe some Pinot in there. But yeah, so. Myself, I like, you know, old world structured wines. I like to find the delicate nuances in the wines, you know, whether it's, you know, floral notes of roses you get from Nebbiolo, Barbaresco, Barolo, tar and roses, or that, you know, that leather and that rosemary that you get sometimes in Sangiovese. But again, I'm just building up myself here, getting excited to see what's in these glasses. So, again, you know, I have no idea what's in the glasses. We're always looking for value in the glass. Does the price point reflect the quality of what's in the glass? I don't know. So the only way to find out is to taste. So let's get to it. Okay, wine number one. So, yeah, the color, it looks like Maestro had a little bit of problems with the cork here. Oh, Maestro, is there a theme for today? Is there a theme? Is there a theme? Yes, no, you don't have to tell me there is a theme. Yes, there is a theme. You can talk, Maestro. Maestro doesn't have a voice today. Okay, so there is some type of a theme. I don't know what the theme is, so I gotta guess the theme as well as what's in the glasses. So okay, this is exciting. This is the best entertainment that money can buy. Okay. Wine number one. So as we said, yeah, all these are similar in the color. So with number three, I think being the most dense, but all of them have that same crimson to ruby to orange brick toward the edges. So this is going to be a difficult tasting. I can tell, because if all the wines are looking the same, chances are they may taste the same. But there's nothing here that's like standing out as being completely different. So. Okay, let's see. Oof, on the nose. So when we're tasting wines, we always want to swirl them and get the oxygen into the glass. But also, when you swirl a wine, you have the molecules collide with each other. That increases their kinetic energy. It actually increases the temperature of the wine. And this way, the more collisions you have, then the more excitement you have from the molecules, and you have more vapors that are released. You see me putting these lids on the wines. That is to keep that aroma in. The wines have been sitting in glass for at least 20 minutes prior to the tasting. So Maestro prepares them. I'm using a Corvin, which I'll do another episode of later on, to explain what the Corvin is, how it works, and how it is essential for any type of a wine lover, wine enthusiast. And then then she covers them to keep in the aromas. Okay. So also when we nose wine, we want to use both nostrils. You'll see when I nose, I'll go to one end, and then I'll go to the other end. Our nasal canal, we have two different sizes, and you have certain molecules that go up one and then the other one, so you'll get different sensations through each of your nostrils. you want to try as an experiment, you can plug one and smell, plug the other, and you'll pick up different aromas. Cherries. So like a dried cherry, like a slight leather. That's it. Mainly cherries. I'm gonna go in for a taste. So it definitely has nice acidity. It has good structure, nice balance between acidity and tannins. The fruits is a drying fruits. It's a cherry. I'm picking up on some oak. I wouldn't really say this is an American oak or even French. It could be Hungarian oak. There's a herbal component to it. Some rosemary. So yeah, cherries, rosemary, good acid, good tannins. I like this wine. There it is, tobacco. Nice tobacco. Maybe there is a little bit of a cigar box thing happening there, so it could be some French oak in there. I like this. I like this wine quite a bit. It fits my profile in my tasting experience as I'm going on in my journey developing my palate. So our palates always change, and if your palate's not always changing, then that's a problem, right? You always want to try new, different wines to grow your palate, take you into different varietals, different regions. If you're drinking the same wine over and over and over again, you're doing you and your liver a lot of harm. We only have one liver, and we should take care of it and treat it well, and diversify what's in your glass to have growth in your palate. And it's funny, you find that sometimes you have a palate for something that's dry and savory, but then sometimes it'll change. It'll evolve into something sweet and dense and heavy, going from old world to new world. I've gone back all around from Bordeaux to Napa to Barolo, Cahors, but your palate goes in circles, right? As you explore new things, your palate changes for what you like. Okay, that was good. I really like number one. Thank you, Maestro. Good stuff. So, what are we saying with this guy? Grape, I'm saying that this is a Sangiovese. I didn't really pick up on any other varietals in that, to be honest. I'm thinking some type of a Chianti Classico. I wouldn't say it's, I don't know if it's a Reserva, but I'd say Chianti Classico, so primarily Sangiovese. Price point with this guy, I thought he was quite nicely done. $22 would be what I would expect to pay for this guy. $22 to $25 in that range. So obviously region is Tuscany. Yeah, solid 90 points. I give this guy A-. Definitely value. If that is the price for it, would I pay $30 plus for this wine? No. But yeah, I am happy to pay $20 to $25 for it. I think it's a good expression of Sangiovese, if that's what it is. Could I be confusing this with something else? Could I be confusing this with Merlot from Bordeaux? I don't think so. I really do think that this is, the cherry in there was very present. I didn't really pick up on a plumminess. And again, the color is really pointing toward Tuscany. So no right bank Bordeaux, no Saint-Emilion for you, number one. Number one, we are staying in the heart of Italy, Toscana. Okay. Number two is calling my name. Number two. Number 2, James Bond. Go find James Bond, number 2. Dr. No. Okay. Back to number 2. So number 2 it's more of like brown and orange color toward the edges. It's kind of like blood that has been oxidized blood. You know, whether you're getting meat or you've cut yourself. But yeah, so orange and brown toward the edges. Ooh, I like the nose on this one a lot. This is very pleasing. I like this a lot. Another trick when nosing, it's not the most, maybe hygienic or the most savvy or coolest thing to do. Smell your elbow. My soap. It's a way of just trying to reset the olfactory senses. Sometimes, when you smell so many things, you want to do a reset. Or if you have food cooking in the house, you have people passing gas beside you. The nose is quite closed on this. We want it to open up. You can tell by the legs on this guy that the viscosity, right? It's either a sign of could be high alcohol, can be an aged wine where you have like evaporation of water over time and of alcohol over time, and you have a more concentrated fluid in the glass. It could be the presence of wood aging as well. I want to get more on this nose, but I'm not. Initially, when I nosed them, I smelled it was kind of like a barnyard forest floor, which I really like in a wine. Okay, I'm gonna have to taste this guy. He's quite closed. I'm almost picking up on a little bit of bitter orange peel. I love that in a wine. I really love that in a wine. As weird as that sounds, I love that bitter orange and leather. Now, when you're tasting something like that, normally this is having that bitter orange peel in there. Sometimes you can get that in Brunello, Chianti Classico, Reserva, Gran Selezione, but more so in Brunello you get that, sometimes that orange. Cherries. The cherries here, those seem to be a bit darker, a bit deeper. Maybe even like black cherry. The first one was more of a red sour cherry. The second one's more of a black dark cherry. Orange. So I'm not really getting any like roses, tar and roses that you would get in a Nebbiolo, right? So the color was kind of taking me to Barbaresco, Barolo type. This definitely has a good amount of wood in him though. So it's not going to be like a regular Nebbiolo. If it is from Piemonte, it's going to be Barolo Barbaresco, but I don't feel that the acidity or the tannins are there for a Barolo. So I'm saying that this guy is this is some type of a Sangiovese that has a good amount of age to him. Age in wood, so it's matured quite a long time in cask. I don't know, right now I'm kind of leaning toward like Chianti Classico Reserva 2016. Price point on this guy, $35. I like the bitter orange or Gran Selezione. I don't know, I'm tossing between Reserva and Gran Selezione on this. 93 points, so solid A. Like it better than the first one. First one I didn't say a year. I think 2018 would be vintage for the first one. This guy's considerably older, maybe I said 2016. Okay, now going on to wine number 3. Wine number 3, actually, his color, he's not as light as the first two were. Number 2 was a lot more of this orange, translucent. Number 3 has got a little deeper, darker color to him. Purple, but there's more of a deeper, darker red, like cherry red. Cherry red would be a good description of this guy. The rims don't show signs of aging. Like, look at this guy, man. He's just so... Nose is quite close on this one too. These Italian wines, man. Wake up! Tough, man. He's not waking up. Not waking up at all. Slight, like, balsamic cherry. Oh. Big, dense, powerful tannins. Good quality of oak in that. Tobacco, leather, cedar cigar box. Nice, like firm tannins. Firm tannins. The tannins are reminding me of Barolo. Now, I didn't pick up on any like anise or fennel, like this tarry component. But then the color doesn't match. This is a well-made wine. I mean, price point is $40 and up. It has really big tannins. More tannins than I would get in a Sangiovese. Where are those tannins coming from? It doesn't have the color of a Barolo, but it has the tannins of a Barolo. All these wines are from Italy, for sure. Well, from what we've tasted, these wines are Italian wines. Right now, I have to say Barolo because of the tannins on this guy. So Piemonte Barolo 2016. Price points $40. I like them a lot. I kind of like number 2, had that orange that stood out for me that I really liked, and this guy here has got this tarry component that I'm liking. So, you know, I like both of these guys equally. They're both different. I like the tannins in this guy quite a bit. I said 92 or 93 points for number 2. This one 92, 90. Yeah, he's a solid A. It's an awesome tasting so far, Maestro. I'm very happy. I'm very happy. But I'm going to be very disappointed in myself if I don't get any of these right. Oh man. Color wise with this one, dark cherry red. Okay, let's see if this nose is going to be more inviting. Again, there's that dry, savory stuff happening on the nose. And cherries are all over the place today. It's cherry galore. What is this? Cherry Jubilee. My God, man. Freaking Italians and their Sangioveses. What's the theme here? The theme is Italy. Is it more specific than just Italy? Is it different expressions of a Sangiovese grape? I don't believe we could all be in Tuscany for this whole tasting. I've gone between Tuscany and Piemonte. Nowhere else. Damn, nose is the same. It's like these guys gotta wake up. Hello! This is an awesome wine. I love this wine. I love this wine. I love this wine. It's got power. It's got tannins. Power! Remember He-Man? I have the power! This is Barolo. I don't know anything else that can give me tannins like this. Damn, I'm getting bitter orange peel. I'm getting tar. I'm not getting the floral aspect that I normally get in Barolo. Like, I don't get any of the roses. Who knows, with climate change and everything, right? Wines, they don't taste the same as they did 10 years ago. They don't. Everything is changing so rapidly. Burgundian wines now are a lot more darker in color than they were back in 2010, 2009, 2008, 2007. Barolos normally spend at least 2 years in Slovenian oak or Hungarian oak, and then Could be 1-2 years in the bottle before release, so you know, I'm saying this is probably 2016-ish. I'm gonna go back and I gotta go back and nose them again. Because, so here I'm picking up, for me this is Chianti. This is Chianti. I don't get that anymore here. And the colors really throw me off. I'm getting Tar and Barnyard now on this one. Maybe I'm gonna let these guys open up like this now for a bit and see what happens. I really like this tasting a lot. This is really, really cool. This is incredibly difficult, but also so pleasurable. It is time for us to go to the reveal. Let's hope I get 1 out of 4 right. Let's do it. Okay, so I'm kind of stuck here on numbers 3 and 4. I asked Maestro to give me a splash more so that I can get into them a little bit deeper, because I'm really torn between between their color and what I'm tasting in the mouth. I'm tasting your typical Sangiovese, which is your cherry and your leather, your sweet tobacco, rosemary. But both 3 and 4 have really, really firm tannins that I didn't get from 1 and 2. From all of the wines, this is more, it's got the most structure. It's got the biggest tannins. But again, I'm not picking up, the tannins remind me of Barolo, but the color does not tell me Barolo. The color is quite, it looks youngish for a Sangiovese, even a Barolo. Again, see the tannins, they're just like firm and drying. But I'm not picking up on tar and roses. I'm not picking up on any anisette, anise, you know, fennel, whatever you want to call it, you know, black licorice. So I'm safer saying that he's some type of a Chianti. And again, he's not showing, they're not showing any age because of the tannins. I think with this guy, I'm gonna have to go some type of a Chianti, primarily Sangiovese. I don't think there's much blending of any other grapes in here, any indigenous grapes or Merlot or anything like that. I would go, you know, if not 100% Sangiovese with this guy here. He's very well structured and very firm, has good acidity, but also very young. So number 3, I would say he's a very good wine. 93 points, 92, 93. He's an A. Price point for something like this, $30 range. $30 range is fair. Anything beyond that, for Chianti Classico, you're pushing the boundaries. I think you're pushing the boundaries beyond 30. If it's not, you know, a Reserva or a Gran Selezione, but it is quality fruit and quality wine. Okay, so number 4. It's crazy how these wines are so similar in one way and so different in another way. It's really, like, color wise they were pretty similar, except number 2 was off. They're all showing some type of cherry though, which is typical of Sangiovese. But these 2 guys here, their tannins are really, really, really puckering. This nice ripeness of fruit. It's got a nice ripe cherry, but then he has that nice dried leather. He has the herbs, the rosemary. The tannin is not as big as number 3. It has a little bit riper fruit, which maybe is from a harder vintage, right? 2018 perhaps. These could so easily be in the Barolo territory if their color wasn't as purple as they are, and if they showed a little bit of floralness. The roses, I'm not picking up on that. So because I'm not picking up on the roses, and I'm not picking up on, well, I'm not seeing the color that I want to see in a Barolo, I'm going to have to say that this is some type of Chianti as well. So number 4, I really like this a lot. 92 points. If not, actually, it's got this nice ripeness of fruit and savory characteristics that were not present in the others. even in this one. So yeah, I'm gonna go 93, 94 points for this guy here. He was really, 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 really well made. Thank you, Maestro. Again, nothing confected, nothing manipulated. Solid wines, and I'm salivating over them. I don't have any choice because the tannins are sticking to my cheeks. If I don't salivate there, I won't be able to speak. I can't wait to see what's going to happen in the reveal. I know we're in Italy. I know we have some Sangiovese. I'm hoping to the life in me, to the blood in me, to the water that's left in me, that these are not Barolos, that they are also some type of Sangiovese. But this was a very, 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 very difficult tasting, but very, very enjoyable. So, looking forward to see the reveal and see if we have value in the glass. Okay, we rolling? Okay, reveal number 1. Oh boy, I said that this guy was gonna be, Chianti Classico, Sangiovese, and I said $22 to $25, and I said 90 points, and by the shape of him, he is Bordeaux shape, so that is a good sign. Oh, that's good. Over here we have our little label, DOC, DOCG, right? Cork. Oh boy, so it's looking good for the first one being a Chianti. 3, 2, 1. Hey! Hey! Thank goodness, I got it right. So I was close with the vintage too. So, Santa Margherita. Chianti Classico is exactly what I said. I said 2018, this is 2019. I said it was very well balanced, good acidity, good tannins. Yeah, so these guys make a solid wine. I think the price point on this one is about $20 for the Chianti Classico Santa Margherita, $22.95. And I said between $22 and $25. That doesn't get any better than that. Thank God I got one right. I know for the rest it's going to be, I'm going to be not happy, but I'm happy with this. That's good. I've only tasted Santa Margherita, this guy maybe, once a few, 2-3 years ago. But yeah, very well made wine. It's Chianti Classico, so I don't know the percentage of Sangiovese in this, but at least to be Chianti Classico, DOCG, I do believe it's 80% needs to be Sangiovese, then the other 20% can be other varietals, maybe some splash of Merlot was put into this. 12 months in Slovenian oak, I believe. So what you said that, yeah, I'm right, there is Merlot in it. So what is it, 90% Sangiovese, 10% Merlot? Okay. Awesome. Yeah, so this is a nice buy for, a well-structured Chianti Classico. There's, well-made wine, nothing, no confection, no manipulation happening with this wine, with this producer. Thank you, love. I already know what I'm going to start to pair this with, but I'll wait till the end of the tasting to recommend the food pairing for these guys here today. Okay, reveal number 2. Here we go. So I was right on the first one. Time for number 2. Oh boy. Is this classic Bordeaux shape? So I said that this guy was. This guy had that orange peel, right? And it was very, very faint. This guy had some age to him based on the color. Yeah, so I was tossing and turning between Chianti Classico Reserva, and then I think I even threw out the word Brunello in there, but I do think it was the Chianti Classico Reserva that I was tasting. Okay, so it is from Italy, corked. I'm hoping it's Chianti Classico Reserva, but I guess we'll see what's happening. 3, 2, 1. Classico, another Chianti Classico.
Yeah.
Cecchi. Well, not even close though. Well, I said Chianti Classico Reserva, but what the hell was happening with the color? That was really weird. This is only 2019. Yeah. What did I say price point on this one?
35 to 40.
Damn. It's what we do, what we do. Goodbye, go by. What can I say?
Do you know the price point on them?
No, I have no idea. I've never tried this guy before. It's crazy though how you go from one to the other, right? It's very, like, in the glass, very different in the glass, right? Very different. Is this 100% Sangiovese though? That's going to be my banker on it. It has to be. Yeah, so $17.95. This is an excellent buy. Yeah, I was really thrown for a loop on the color of this wine. The color showed age. I mean, with two Chiantis side by side, right? 2019 and 2019, both of them, and very, very different expressions. Well, not very different color and different expressions in the glass, right? Not very different. They both had that dried cherry happening, rosemary, but the color for and the bitter orange that we got on this one, that threw me off. It really did throw me off. Okay, thank you, Maestro. You know, I'm 1 for 1.5. I say Chianti Classico Reserva, but it was a Chianti Classico, and he is a good value. If he's only $17, then, yep, go buy. I'm not gonna say go buy a case, but you know, it's nice to buy 3 bottles, right? You know, you drink one, and then the other one you hold for a couple of years, and then the other one you sell her for 5 to 10 years, and then see what he tastes like then. Okay, awesome. Okay, time for reveal number 3. Okay, I'm excited. So we came off of Chianti Classico and Chianti Classico, and now we have, I don't know. So okay, so shoulders, narrow waist. Okay, so everything looks like Bordeaux style bottle, so that's looking good, because I was saying this guy is likely going to be Chianti Sangiovese, corked. Okay, cork, Corvined. Okay, so it doesn't feel like Barolo Barbaresco. They normally have the you know, the classic Pinot Rhone shape. I don't know, but I'm hoping for Chianti. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Hey, damn! Holy crap! I was Barolo was on my tongue. Barolo. I just wanted to say Barolo, Barbaresco, Barolo. The tannins were calling me. But the color was saying no, it's a Sangiovese. The palate was saying no, listen to the cherry, listen to the rosemary, listen to the leather, listen to the tobacco. And that's what you get. That's what we've been getting from these wines. So it looks like we have some type of a Sangiovese theme, but we don't know. The last one could be whatever Maestro puts. Who knows what the heck is going on in her head. Diabolical mind. Jesus. So in 2019 Ama, Castello de Ama, Siena, Italy. 13.5% alcohol, 96% Sangiovese. So I said primarily Sangiovese. I said 100% Sangiovese, but close enough, I guess. 4% Merlot. I said $30 for this guy. I don't even know. What's price point on this, Maestro?
Price point on that guy, he is $35.95.
$36. You're pushing it, my friends. You're pushing it for a Chianti Classico at $35, $36. I'm just thinking off the top of my head, right? Other Chiantis that we've had recently. The one that's standing out to me is the Clemente, the 7th Gran Selezione for $34, $35, right? Yeah, a lot more complexity, a lot more ripeness of fruits in that guy, even though I believe he was a 2015. Still, I think that's a better buy than this one is. Also, Molino de Grasse, Chianti Classico Reserva, I believe is around $28 range. I think also he's 2015-ish. But then 2019, that's I guess why you have those firm tannins, right? He's a good wine. He's a well-made wine. Is he $36 wine? No, I'd put him, between the $25, $30 wine. But then again, are there better values out there at that price point? Yeah, that Molino de Grasse. Maybe I'll put the link to it up here. Good wine, well-made wine. Really liked it a lot, but I'd like to see him at $25 as opposed to $35, $36. So, thank you, Castello di Ama. Okay, reveal number 4, baby, because we're getting hungry. So this guy, again, I was tossing and turning between Chianti and Barolo. And again, a lot of you may be watching this and you're like, why is this fool tossing and turning between Chianti and Barolo? Because they're two very different grapes, but they're also similar in some way. And when you're doing things blind, my friends, things aren't always so clear. Okay, so our bottle again is a Bordeaux-shaped bottle. He's a bit lighter than the other guy was. His punt is a little bit shorter than the other one, so not expected to age as long as number 3. DOC, DOCG, whatever it is here, you can see there's some label. Other than that, so we're expecting some type of a, this is not a, Barolo or Barbaresco shaped bottle, right? Because those are normally Pinot-esque. Okay, here we go, hoping for Chianti and value in the bottle. 3, 2, 1. Hey! Yes, son of a gun. Son of a gun. How did you confuse me to lead me toward Barolo? Both, it's so crazy how 3 and 4, these guys are all the same Sangiovese, but in the glass there are differences. You have the similarities of the dried cherry, you have a little bit of the rosemary, the leather, the tobacco. That was consistent pretty much throughout. Number 2 had this freaking orange peel that, I don't know how these guys are doing that for $18 a bottle. They're getting that much of complexity in their glass, like a tertiary flavor, right? That's not the primary fruit that you're expecting. You're not expecting orange, you're expecting your cherry, which we got. The pale color threw me off as well with number 2. But going back to this guy here, the tannins on this one and the ripeness of fruit were really, 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 really exceptional for it being just a Chianti Classico 2018. 2018, I believe, is a hot vintage, so that's why you get that riper fruit. And I guess the 2019 was a wetter vintage, right? So that's why you have maybe more of the acidity and the firmer tannins in that. This was actually a guy that we've had in a previous blind tasting, and you fooled the crap out of me putting into this lineup. Price point, I believe, with this one was $22, $23 for this guy here. So crazy. Castello de Bossi, I don't know what the blend of Sangiovese is with this one here. Do you have any idea, Maestro, what we're looking at with Castello de Bossi? I believe this one is 100% Sangiovese from my remembering of when we did this a while back. When it comes down to it, folks, if we're looking at value in the glass, I'm going to have to say, it is really tough here. I'm going to go this guy here for value in the glass at $23. This one here, just because it was very, very different in terms of the other comparisons to these Chiantis. I'm going to put this guy here in second place. So considering price point, if I'm not considering price point, I'm going to put this guy in third. If I'm not considering price point, I'm going to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Considering price, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. $36, my friends, is too much for a Chianti Classico. $18 is a steal for this guy because you get that nice orange, bitter orange taste in there that I really, really like, and it's very hard to find at that price point. Again, normally you're getting something like that in a Brunello. It doesn't have the density or the structure of a Brunello, but it has that tertiary taste that I really, really like. So this is a really, really nice bottle to buy. 4 Chianti Classicos, all within the same age of each other. Everything 2019 except for this outlier here at 2018. Very, very deceiving color on this one that threw me off. But yes, thank you for helping us find value in the glass. I have an idea of what I'm going to make with this guy. You're going to need some type of a dish that has, because of the high level of acidity and tannins here, we want a dish that has some salt in it and also some fat in it. I have an idea of what we're gonna make, and I will put that that food pairing dinner for you guys over here. So if you just click on the link over here, it'll take you to the recipe for the food that is going to pair with these Chianti Classicos. Cheers! Value in the glass.